a software developer, America's richest man, and a philanthropist. These are things that most people know about Microsoft CEO Bill Gates. The Microsoft co-founder started creating software at the young age of 13. He was the richest person in the world for a very long time and donated a lot of his wealth to charity. So in this video, we are going to discuss top 10 things you don't know about Bill Gates. But before starting the video, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to never miss out on any of our videos. Number 10. The young Bill Gates was supposed to be a lawyer. Bill Gates' early life could easily be turned into a series, starting from his childhood home in Seattle and leading up to his success story. As a kid, he got bullied a lot, but that didn't stop him from aiming high. His plans didn't always coincide with those of his parents, though. Bill Gates' family wanted to send him to law school, which would fit perfectly in the family history. His father was a lawyer. When Gates became president of the Seattle King County Bar Association in 1970, he had a mission. At the time, Washington had only white judges and hardly any lawyers who were people of color. Gates knew those deficiencies affected the trust clients from minority communities placed in the legal system, as well as the quality of representation they received. He turned to the UW for help, first seeking to increase minority enrollment in law school. Then he persuaded the Bar Association's board to create law school scholarships for underrepresented students. Number 9. Bill Gates started coding at 13. Bill Gates started writing software as a kid. Even before he graduated high school, it was obvious he wasn't like the other children. At the age of 13, he made a version of tic-tac-toe on a General Electric computer. Bill Gates started writing computer programs at age 13. When Gates was in the 8th grade, he learned how to write software programs. He and his classmate turned business partner, Paul Allen, designed an automated class scheduling system for their prep school. Bill Gates has been fixated on programming since age 13, when his school got its first computer terminal. The machine was huge and slow, and it didn't even have a screen. He writes on his blog, Gates Notes. He spent as much time as he could learning about computers, hacking, and coding. Number 8. He is a college dropout. 2 years into his college education, Gates dropped out of Harvard University to take a shot at life and start Microsoft. The business eventually made him a millionaire by 26. In 2010, the Harvard Crimson called Gates Harvard's most successful dropout. In 2007, Gates came back to Harvard to accept an honorary Doctor of Laws degree. This award is given by the university without the need for the completion of the usual requirements of a certain degree. Number 7. He was arrested in Albuquerque, New Mexico in 1977. The eccentric personality of Gates is not often highlighted in many articles about him. In 1977, the CEO was flagged in Albuquerque, New Mexico for a traffic violation. In a Time magazine piece about Gates, he admitted that he was bailed out by American business magnate Paul Allen. In 1975, Gates was arrested for speeding while driving without a driver's license. While in 1977, Gates was arrested a second time for running a red light while driving without a driver's license. These are the only times that he has been arrested, though it might be interesting to note that he has had famous encounters with the legal system because of antitrust litigation against the company that he headed. Number 6. He owns a collection of Da Vinci's writings. On November 11, 1994, Gates purchased Codex Leicester for $30.8 million. Codex Leicester is a collection of scientific writings that Gates got his hands on at Christie's auction house in New York. Gates said it was the second most expensive item he has purchased following his private plane. Despite all that, in 1994, right before he first became the richest person in the world, Gates couldn't resist splurging on Leonardo da Vinci's Codex Leicester for $30.8 million, making it one of the most expensive books ever sold. The 72-page document, which contains Leonardo's sketches and ideas about subjects like astronomy, mechanics, botany, mathematics, and architecture, was written between 1506 and 1510. By understanding the reasons Gates bought the notebook, we can learn a lot about the importance of obsessing over the heroes that inspire us most. Number 5. Bill Gates is Catholic. The Gates family is Catholic, and religion is a big part of their family life. Gates' children go to the same Catholic church as Bill and Melinda. It is sometimes contradictory for someone so heavily invested in science also to follow all aspects of religion, as there are some clashes. But in an interview with Rolling Stone magazine, Gates summed it up perfectly. Gates has an interesting perspective that accepts the findings of science, but he chooses to follow religion for the part science can't explain. Number 4. He used to memorize the license plates of his employees at Microsoft. Gates wasn't exactly a chill boss. Back in the day, he had a fanatical work ethic that he expected his employees to replicate by working all the time. I knew everybody's license plates, so I could look out in the parking lot and see when did people come in. And when were they leaving, he told the BBC. In a 2016 interview with BBC Radio 4, Gates shared just how work-obsessed he used to be. "I was quite fanatical about work," he said. "I worked weekends. I didn't really believe in vacations." Unsurprisingly, this work ethic transferred to employees. "I had to be a little careful not to apply my standards onto how hard they worked," he said. However, that didn't stop him from tracking which employees were working the longest hours. "I knew everybody's license plates, so I could look out in the parking lot and see when did people come in. And when were they leaving," Gates told the BBC. Number 3. He wanted to become an AI researcher. Gates' passion for computers and software was undisputed ever since his youthful days. He once revealed that had he failed at creating Microsoft, he would have become an artificial intelligence researcher. "Given my background, I would start an AI company whose goal would be to teach computers how to read, so that they can absorb and understand all the written knowledge of the world," he said. Gates says if Microsoft hadn't worked out, he probably would have been a researcher for artificial intelligence. His view was backed up by the likes of Mr. Musk and Professor Stephen Hawking, who have both warned about the possibility that AI could evolve to the point that it was beyond human control. Prof. Hawking said he felt that machines with AI could spell the end of the human race. Number 2. He washes his own dishes. It is impossible to discuss facts about Bill Gates without mentioning his dinner routine. The billionaire husband once revealed that he does the dishes every night after dinner, a routine that highlights his humility and down-to-earth character. During an Ask Me Anything session on Reddit, one of the users wanted to find out that one thing Gates does that no one would expect from him. He responded, "I do the dishes every night. Other people volunteer, but I like the way I do it." Number 1. Big reader. Bill Gates is one of the most famous figures in the business world. He is one of the richest men in the world, a philanthropist, an investor, and the co-founder of Microsoft, which became the world's largest software company for personal computers. What is more interesting to note is that Gates is an avid reader. Everyone wants to be rich and successful like Bill Gates, and one of the most important key habits that we all can learn from him is his relentlessness in learning and reading. Gates developed his voracious passion for reading since a very young age. When he was a 5th grader, he read almost everything from novels to science fiction, and he even read encyclopedias. And because Gates was so obsessed with reading, his parents had to set a no-reading policy at the dinner table. Let us know your opinion in the comment section below. This was all for today. Hope you liked the video. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stay safe, and we will be back soon with another video.